Welcome back to Gravity Rush 2. After doing a little bit of the mining, which we were told to do, our boat ship village thing is going to a new place. Yay!
Huzzah.
Something straight out of a Miyazaki film.
Yeah, like Nausicaa or
Flying
something.
boat, house, yacht,
Just kind of how that feel, doesn't
plumbing
it?
service.
The best part about a boathouse is if you don't like your neighbors, you can just drift away.
That's right. Run away, coward.
No joke though, I kind of wish I have a boat. I had a boathouse, and if I did, the only thing that would stop me from living in it full time is that, well, I'm pretty sure you can't get a wired internet connection in a boathouse, can you?
Also, a boat
with the
is
really,
like
with
a
the really,
good,
really long Ethernet cord, you can.
it's also a good couple $100,000. I've looked into it
Ah,
because it's like, I mean, it's the dream, right? Like, you got a boat that's also
Not
a
me, I
house.
get
It sounds
seasick.
awesome, but it's also no, it doesn't work. Sadly,
I get seasick. I couldn't do it.
you get seasick.
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
unfortunate.
Poor John.
Motion sickness in general, I can't read in the car either.
Oh, I can't do that either. It just gives me a headache.
I can't read in the car either, but I don't have a problem with boats, and I'm not sure why.
Reading in like a subway or an airplane doesn't really bother me, but
Yeah, I could do it there.
yeah, but the car, I guess it's just more bumpy of a
Yeah.
ride there or something.
Makes sense.
Yeah, especially in this city where I'm pretty sure like its old Latin meaning was pothole.
Oh, that's in Philadelphia? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Wait, is that guy's shirt? Oh, no, wait, that was just a weird drawing.
He built the grabby hand.
Wait, the hell?
It's not the most efficient fishing rod I've ever seen.
He was just a really big fan of that one mini game from Mario Party where you throw the hand out and you reel it back and
Yeah.
that
But
kills
that's
your
the
palm.
worst minigame in the whole game.
I know, right?
It's like literally the worst minigame. Probably top 10 worst Mario Party games. Just period. Wow.
Home again
Wow.
at last.
Bad taste.
Oh boy.
Have you ever seen a more depressing doll?
Plenty,
Was she
actually.
in the last game?
Oh, that little bit. Recording wise, this game, I had to redo the first few missions, which you can access from Cat's house.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
So, yes, the way this recording is going to go is I'll be doing the side quest for this new world of the game we're in, but about 2/3 of the way through, we do go back to the world of the first game. So I will be skipping the side quests there because we already spent the game doing stuff like that.
Ah, fair enough. The, okay, so basically something went wrong with the recording and you had to go back from Cat's house and redo the missions.
Yeah.
Oh, at least the game lets you do that. There are plenty of games that, like, if that happens, you're basically screwed.
You're
You have to redo
Yeah,
the game.
that's why I dislike autosaving in some games. It's like, it's really convenient when you're playing it casually if you want to record it and it only offers autosave. It's like,
Oh boy.
I better hope nothing fucks up halfway through the game.
I do like
How do you
when games give you the option to turn that off. But
How do you know someone is a Let's Player? Well, they have 103 save files from this one RPG, so...
I thought you just did that for RPGs in general.
No. I save
No.
over my file like a maverick.
Well, I mean, like, you know,
Well, I usually have like 3 files for any given game from when I'm recording. I have the most recent one, the backup from the last save, and the emergency far enough back.
like
I can do it from
autosaving.
there. One.
Autosaving I like in its way. It's a convenience. The really shitty thing is when a game only allows you one save file when it has no reason to.
Pokemon.
Well, Pokemon has a reason, even if it's kind of a skeevy one. They don't want you making 6 billion save files because they don't want you, like, farming 10 billion of the same Pokemon. But, like,
Even though you can A, do that anyway, and B...
also the fact that it has
Yeah.
one save file makes it really, really easy for Pokemon Home to connect to it and transfer the Pokemon and all. But
It also has to do with Pokemon has always been terrible about managing the file size.
Yes.
Which
I
is
was kind of hoping you ended at Pokemon.
What I
was
remember
almost
hearing
terrible.
is that Red and Green wanted to have a female trainer option from the very beginning, but it was space limitations that stopped them from doing that. And I just thought, what? Space limitations for that?
they would have had to make like 10 more sprites, dude.
It's one sprite and a few lines of dialogue, and then I remember that it's Game Freak and they're horrible about programming optimization, so...
I was gonna say yeah, because that's not entirely surprising for Gen 1 specifically.
That game is
considering
held
that,
together by bubblegum and paper clips.
remember, it took them until it was a water, right? That
Yeah, for them to
compress the file
Yes,
in Gen 2
it's
so they
held
could add
together by
Kanto.
ABC gum and Scotch tape,
Yeah.
I
Here,
remember.
okay, you want to know? Gen 2 is still an amazing game. Don't get me wrong, but it really frustrates me that they're talking about, oh, we didn't have enough space, but they wasted 7 sprite slots with just different versions of Unknown. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, no.
No, the worst use of space they ever had was Lily cutscenes in Sun and Moon.
Oh yeah, because there's 2 lilies in any room where she's both standing there and is also in
No,
a
it's
cutscene.
it's not even that. It's for every cutscene they don't bring a new model of Lily. They have a separate model for Lily for every single cutscene in the game.
What?
They just don't pull from the same
So
one.
there's like
Why?
and like considering how many LEs
because
there are,
Game Freak is
Lily,
stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's there's no differences whatsoever.
Not really,
minute
no.
changes.
Not
So
until her
the-
costume change, as far as I'm aware.
Well, the costume change, okay, that makes sense. But if using a different model, technically a different model for every different cutscene
That's
that she's in,
interesting. I
that's
wonder
really-
if they had it
really
intended to
bizarre.
have her change appearances more than she did, but wound up not doing it. Because that seems like the sort of weird thing that doesn't make sense for them to have done in the first place unless they had some sort of plan for it, and there were a lot of placeholder models involved. And they just
mean, to be fair-
didn't bother cleaning up after themselves when they changed their plans, which happens
To be
a lot.
fair, this is also the series that still has data for a key item that you're never technically able to access from Gen 3 in at least Gen 7. So,
I always look at that as just in case.
yeah, I know, but
Maybe.
it's... And I mean, redundancy is always good to have, but it's
Well-
also... I don't...
It's not rare for games to have leftover data in them. That's a very, very common thing, and mostly it comes from, it's not really worth the effort to get rid of it, especially since you then have to deal with more quality assurance issues afterward. But Game Freak is something special when it comes to how messy their programming is. One of the things I found out when I was researching Pokemon ROM hacks actually is that the choice between using Pokemon Gen 3 as a base and using Leaf Green, Fire Red as a base is whether you want the features that are exclusive to Gen 3 or whether you want Leaf Green and Fire Red, which are just cleaner on the inside. So, yeah. Okay, so what are we doing now?
Well, after we got some ducks, we're going to be going mining again.
Also, I don't envy anyone who wears those stupid, nose glasses that stick on by the nose piece. Because that kind of thing, having something pinching down on your nose like that is freaking uncomfortable.
Why do you think that anime douchebags need to push up their glasses so often with their middle finger?
It's because they know where the lighting's coming from, and they know just when to do it to make their eyes completely opaque.
I see, Sloosh. There are so many anime characters who can do that, and it's very hard to replicate in real life, I would like to mention.
Also, get better specs if you have to constantly adjust them.
Yeah, it's just so that they can flip you off without getting in trouble for it.
Basically.
That's the only reason. Ooh, that's pretty. I like jungle environments in games, especially ones where they purposefully try to not look realistic. I like the jungle kind of environment here because it looks alien but also reminiscent of a wild and not pleasant area to be in. Because, the rainforest is totally necessary for life and whatnot, and we should protect it, but also the rainforest sucks Never ever go there.
One of the things that came up a lot when I was reading the Jurassic Park novel, it was, well, Crichton leans a lot more heavily into his character's scientist backgrounds than do the movies. So Ellie Sattler is a botanist, right? So she knows a lot about plants. It comes up a lot. And one of the things she says is that people just don't have respect for how deadly plants can be.
Oh yeah, don't touch a tree you don't recognize, because touching the bark might like melt your hand off. And I'm really not joking that much.
There's this throwaway line in the original Jurassic Park movie where Ellie Sattler says that they put up poisonous plants because they look nice. And it's the weirdest line in the movie because they took out the stuff where she actually notices this coming into the park, and it's explained to the viewer. But yeah, in the book there were plants set up around the swimming pool that were like extinct plants from ancient times, and she recognizes them, and she's like, wouldn't that be like really bad to have children around, basically? And they say,
I mean, we do that now. There are common office and house plants that if like a cat or a child would eat them, they would be like they would at least the very least get very sick.
It wasn't even a matter of like what would happen if they were eaten. I think it was a matter of like just basically touching it, yeah. I don't remember, and the book is all the way across the room, so I can't go check now. But yeah, it was a fun detail. And that bit of the book made me think a bit more about like jungles and not so common plants, the kind that you don't necessarily see around in your day-to-day.
So now the question is, out of the four of us, who would last longer in a rainforest if we were stranded?
I would die first.
No,
I
trick
will
question.
guarantee
We'd
that.
all die at the same time, just because like we all wouldn't last 5 seconds.
Yeah, the panther would eat all of us at the same time. That seems fair.
It wouldn't just be one panther. It'd be 5. They'd be playing rock, paper, scissors for who doesn't get one of us, or who has to share. Depending on the temperament of panthers. Are panthers one of those animal types that are complete assholes to each other, or are they actually kind of nice?
I only have
I don't
fictional
know.
movies to rely on.
And I wouldn't rely on those because, like, the spotted hyena
course
is a
not.
bro, and they were the villains in The Lion King for some reason.
Yeah, I was going to say that I'm pretty sure that the panther in the Jungle Book was the good guy, and the tiger was the bad guy. But Richard Coupling's also a colonialist and imperialist asshole, so I don't...
Also at the end of the book, Mowgli goes nuts because he gets hot for one girl and burns down the village.
Wait, really?
Shouldn't have touched that tree.
What?
Yeah, I think at the end of the book he does like attack the village at one point. He doesn't just go to it.
Huh.
Damn, okay. All right.
The source material for Disney movies is always a trip, isn't it?
You mean how it's nothing like the actual source material? They just want the free licensing.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's okay, Ryan. There's all of these Disney movies based off of just their imagination, like
You're doing this pure Silver the Hedgehog style. Just pick a thing up
this
and
is what
throw
this.
it.
Well, this is what the game wants you to do.
Oh, it's a tutorial. Oh.
Sort of, yeah.
will there always be something for you to pick up? Like,
I mean, not always, because you have the dive kick and all that.
Okay.
You pick up a cactus plant and you accidentally whack yourself in the leg with it while you're running around.
That
ow!
sounds about right. Pretty sure we've all done it. I really like the hand gestures there.
Directly to you.
Directly.
Did
to
you just call it a gesture?
gesture? Yeah, I did. I you know what? I do that all the time, and I haven't stopped since. I constantly change between gesture and gesture.
Well, I guess, sure, it's just the way you speak.
That was kind of strange, that one, Ted.
Yeah, I know.
So what
I
exactly?
guess.
So what exactly are we doing with the weird hand plants?
We're solving their little puzzle things so we can find the really big source of gems to bring back.
Okay.
That's basically it. Yeah.
Destroy the egg sacs.
Did you try 23 as number 1?
Destroy the egg
This
sacs.
this isn't
annoy
a,
the
this,
hands.
this isn't a Nintendo game, Ted.
Oh,
It's 32
okay.
is number 1.
32 is number 1. The rip-offs. All right.
32 is higher than 23. Haha.
We stopped counting bits after 64, right?
Yeah.
Now we're counting Terra Flops, which I still swear is not a real thing.
What even is a Terra Flop?
I don't know.
I think that's the point. Hold on,
It's like blast
let me rock a
processing.
wiki.
I know it does actually mean something. I just don't care.
Yeah, but for the sake of
Yeah.
knowing.
For the sake of marketing
it's a-
a game console, what is teraflops?
A unit of computing speed equal to 1 million, or 10 to the 12th power, floating point operations per second.
So it crunches
It's just-
numbers really, really quick. That's
It's
it.
just it's just
Oh,
computation.
okay.
Power. That's all it is.
Huh.
Which is nice, but for the practical consumer, it means nothing because they don't have a reference point for that.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we could, like, compare to standard PC, like the one I have, then I might be impressed. But, oh,
I just think they needed to pick a better word.
that is
Personally.
it is a really, really weird word. But then computer nerds, computer science nerds, Linux nerds, all of them, they're just, well, they're nerds. They like.
I just
And
want
to
to.
corporations, the more alien it sounds, the more marketable.
For me, it's just
Yeah,
more. I
like-
imagine that like a fan art of Terra from Teen Titans just falling on her face.
Or just flopping on the way down.
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
Terra flopping.
You
I'm
know.
pretty sure whoever decided to name it Terraflop was
He seems to
doing
be making
it.
the same gestures like, boy!
I'm pretty sure though whoever decided to name it Terraflop was doing it specifically because it sounds dumb. But yeah.
Have you beaten this thing up yet?
Huh?
Oh, wait, no, this is a different one. Okay.
This is a new area. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
these are just Pathfinders.
You're
Yeah,
getting
they're mostly just waypoints.
you're getting so many gems from this you might not need the treasure.
Well, the treasure is a plot MacGuffin. Effectively, it doesn't go or detract from your.
I know, I'm just saying in universe you're getting so many gems along the way that the treasure itself seems a little irrelevant now.
You take fall damage if you don't activate gravity?
I don't think so. If you do, it's from a really big height, so it's not something you'll really do. Yeah, now we have to offer the spiked things.
I'm in complete control.
I'm falling with style.
Those cactus plants are drifting perilously close to Cat.
Did you know that you can't actually stick a straw in a cactus and drink its insides? Because I didn't.
Drink cactus juice. It'll
I
quench
kinda
you.
figured that after I tried sticking a straw into an orange.
Nothing's quenchier.
Oh no, sticking a straw into an orange is like drinking orange juice that's
Nothing but
80%
pulp.
pulp and 20% juice.
Let's say 99% pulp. You're lucky if you even get an ounce of juice.
Bad
I
enough
don't,
with pulp at all.
I don't actually really like eating oranges. If I ever do eat an orange, I just bite into it and suck the juice out like an orange vampire.
What about
I
tangerine?
thought I
Like
was the only
tangerines.
one.
Tangerines are good.
I don't like eating
I
oranges
can't-
either.
I can't speak for regular oranges. Tangerines though I like because I like the sweetness.
Well, I mean, they're basically the same thing.
They're smaller
It's
and
the
I think they
texture that
have
bugs
more
me.
seeds.
I don't like the texture.
To me, it's the seeds. Like having to constantly fucking.
Oh well,
sniff
you
them out
can
is-
get seedless oranges.
I don't trust those.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't. Because do you know how many banana plants it takes to make the seedless bananas we eat nowadays? Like, they have to crossbreed bananas like three
Oh, are
different
we?
times in order to make it so that the bananas don't have seeds. Because, fun fact, plants don't want to be born without seeds because then they can't procreate.
Are we getting into like GMOs are so weird now?
Well, no, not really, because pretty much every food you eat is a GMO. I'm not saying it's like bad for you. I'm just saying
we've been doing agriculture for so long that everything is genetically modified in some way.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of that topic, I guess, as far as Gravity Rush goes. What are we doing?
I don't know. I want to continue the GMO discussion.
Next time.